But we all finna deal with y'all again, the redemption. We finna talk about things that will be happening in the last days. We are not speaking on things that happened in the past. That's not what we read the scriptures for. The scriptures are for the will of God. The will of God must be done. The will must be done. The will must not be read. Now you might say you contradicting yourself. You reading. Well, I'm only showing you what I'm doing. Because you might not be able to see, you might not be able to be here to watch me. So, or maybe you might have missed the comebacks or the challenges. So we're gonna give you the highlights. So the scriptures are the highlights of what God was gonna do. And if you're not doing it, you can't speak on it. If you're not doing it, you can't speak on it. So a lot of people doing this and they shouldn't be. So yesterday I read about if you pay attention in Jeremiah chapter 6. It acts, Jeremiah 30 and verse 6. This is what it acts. It say, ask now and see if a male can give birth. Why do I see every man with his hand on his loins as a woman in childbirth? So our men are mourning right now. They're in grief. They're in sorrow. Because if a man can't lead or protect, then what? A man can't even be a man. You done took his nature away. He might as well start bending over like a woman. Right? So what our man doing right now? Shit. They bending over like a woman. And a lot of it is due to the system we are caught up in. You send these young little teenagers who never had a fight, you send them to prison. They never been roughed up. They never been chastised. They first time being chastised is a bunch of grown men who ain't got nothing to lose. And you don't want to be around that kind of chastisement. You rather be chastised by your father or your brother punch you in your chest than to be chastised by a bunch of men behind bars who don't have nothing to live for. But see, that's not the chastisement that we getting in our community. A lot of us going to prison and you know what's happening. But so all this is about butt breaking. All this is about breaking the man to make him in form of submission as a woman. So after a while, they was going to start putting on dresses. After a while, they was going to start twisting. On top of you making stars put on dresses. Some of the greatest actors we look up to are put on dresses. So right now, Jeremiah's asking, ask and now. It say, ask now and see if a male can give birth. Why do I see every man? Why do I see every man with his hands on his loins as a woman in childbirth? So somebody gotta come take this mourning away from our men. Somebody gotta come take it away. They say, and why all the faces turn pale? Verse 7, Jeremiah 30, verse 7. So I say, allies for the day is great. There is none like it, and it is a time of. So it say this is a great. There is none like it. There's none like this time. And it is a time of Jacob's trouble. But he will be saved from it. So I just want to read you right there because right now this is talking about the redemption of these people. These people must be redeemed. This is what this is what this is talking about. So we finna I read this is what I read yesterday. So we finna jump over to chapter 31. Like I say, y'all, when I first picked up the Bible, I read these verses, I thought I was crazy. But I realized the whole world is in total darkness. I was just called out of darkness. So it say, at that time, now right here in Jeremiah prophecy, there's no date right here. I tell people, there's no dates in this prophecy. This is something we must understand. It say at that time. What time? No man knows the time or day. So what time? So at that time declares the Lord. Not declares man dated dates. Because if the people was living in the bushes, as we say, did we have a calendar in the bushes? Did we have a calendar in the bushes? So at that time declares the Lord, I will be the God of all the families of Israel, and they shall be my people. Thus says the Lord, the people who survived the sword and found grace in the wilderness, Israel, when it went to find its rest. The Lord appeared to him from afar, saying, I have loved you with an everlasting love. Therefore I have drawn you with loving kindness. Again will I build you, and you will be rebuilt. So it's not this the rebuilding of the royal priesthood, the royal dynasty that the Bible is speaking of? The Bible is not speaking of rebuilding a religion, because religion ain't been destroyed. It's the royal priesthood that has been destroyed. It's the seed of Jacob that's in captivity. The seed of Abraham. So it say, again, I will build you, and you will be rebuilt, O Virgin of Israel. Again, will you take up your tamarines and go forth to the dances of the merrymakers. Again, you will plant vineyards on hills of Samaria. The planters will plant and will enjoy them. For there will be a day when watchmen on the hills of Ephraim call out, arise and let us go up to Zion. So this is going to be a calling about a voice being heard amongst the people about, man, look, it's time to go up to Mount Zion. Because those who God have placed on the earth, they keep watch for when God show up. That's why they call them watchmen. They don't watch for the scripture to be revealed. They don't watch for the certain book to surface up. They watch for the return of God. So I say, for there will be a day when watchmen, those who have been keeping watch, on the hills of Ephraim, call out the calling, the trumpets. Arise and let us go up to Zion, to the Lord our God. For thus says the Lord, singing aloud with gladness for Jacob, and shout among the chief of the nations. Proclaim, give praise, and say, O Lord, save your people, the remnant of Israel. Behold, I am bringing them from the north country, and I will gather them from the remote parts of the earth, among them the blind and the lame. Now, a lot of these people tell you if you're not a part of the organization, you ain't get into heaven. That's why every animal got on Noah's Ark. So it say among them, the blind
and the lame, the woman with child, and she who is in labor with child together. A great company, they will return here. With weeping, they will come, and by supplication, I will lead them, and I will make them walk by the streams of waters, and on the straight path in which they will not stumble. For I am a father to Israel, and to Ephraim is my firstborn. So, like I said, when I read these things, I already understood, as we already can see. We in captivity. Damn, okay, that ain't hard. Okay, damn, we slave. Okay, damn, I've been here all of my life. That ain't shocking. Well, we're the children of Israel. Damn. Well, we're the children of Israel because Moses said we was going to go back to Egypt on ships. Okay, damn, that make a lot of sense. Make a lot of sense, You get the understanding, I think they call Jeremiah, they don't really say nigger, but they say Niger or something like that. Okay. So once you get to reading these scriptures, you realize, damn, these people in captivity, well, how they going to come out? That's the first next thought. How are we going to come out? Because if I'm in jail, I got to get out. Or I got to learn how to survive in here. I got two options. Either I got to learn how to survive in here, or I got to get out. Well, you got always three steps you out. 1, 2, 3, then you kill yourself. But that's the only 3 options you got. So right now, this is people being gathered from different parts of the world to be brought back to their heritage. When have this happened in history? Now, America was just created 200 and some years ago. So when in history have any Negroes been gathered from all these different parts and brought back to their heritage and the world seen it? In the 1800s, the world couldn't watch everybody. This is the only time in the history where people can pay attention to every part of the world. And shit, really, because we got phones. We had TV for 20 years. We still couldn't focus on everything that was going on in the world. And we still can really barely focus with phones. But it's much easier. So imagine how much harder it was 100 years ago to pay attention to stuff. Why do you think Malcolm X was so amazed when he went to Mecca? Because he never seen it unless he went over there. So back then, everybody didn't travel. Like people think everybody just, they went here. They got up and went here. That ain't how it went. Most people never went nowhere. Still like today. I'm froze. I'm still froze.
No, it's delaying, that's lagging.
I'm better now, y'all. Oh, I'm good. All right. So yeah, like still to this day, y'all, people don't go nowhere. Most people don't go nowhere. So how we think back then, just everybody traveled the world and everybody knew this? Nobody know nothing. So right now, this is the first. That's why I say we don't understand how much chosen we are. We see the world from a whole different perspective than our forefathers could ever see it. We don't look at it like that. Because you think you're reading about legends when the true legends walking the earth. Cold world. That's why we got the Christmas tree. Because it ain't dead. It's back from the dead. It has risen from the dead. So right now, this is what you're seeing, y'all. This has never happened in history. That's why when I read it, I'm like, well, damn. Ain't the pastor ain't never teach about God gathering us from all these different countries. Now we heard about us coming out of Egypt. We heard that, yeah, we heard that story, but they ain't never told us about this. So what about this? Let's keep reading. And see, we know Ephraim deal with Joseph. That's why I say, so it's a lot of things that we don't even understand why we have a Joseph and Mary story. Moses was the first one to teach us about Joseph and Mary. Because Joseph's brother was mad at him because he was birthed by a virgin. He was birthed by Mary. He was birthed by the Spirit. He had something they didn't have. It made them jealous. These are the stories that's always been taught, but in parables and metaphors. We got stories. Don't tell me stories because you'll be telling me a lie. If I tell you stories right now, I'm telling you a lie. I'm telling you the meaning of the stories, and people say I'm lying. So it says here. I'm in 31:10, y'all.
I didn't believe that they understood the Bible. I believe we are that generation.
Of course. But very few people, they don't understand that. So it say here. Didn't say read the word. It say here. It say bless those who have the ears to hear. So hear the word of the Lord, O nations, and declare in the coastlands afar off, and say, he who scattered Israel will gather them. So if the white man scattered us, the white man gonna gather us? So what should be in our people's ears? We sin against God. We should be confessing our forefathers' sins. So we won't sin as our forefathers did. And then we'll receive the healing from God. We'll receive the storehouse. So it say here, the word of the Lord, O nations, and declare in the coastlands afar off, and say, he who scattered Israel will gather him, and keep him as a shepherd keeps his flock. For the Lord has ransomed Jacob, and redeemed him from the hand of him who was stronger than he. Now people see me, I don't have an army, I ain't got no money. How you gonna do the things you say you're gonna do? Well, this to prove God is real. Because right now I'm in a wrestling match. You know how Jacob wrestled with the angel, so we wrestling now, so it looked like David, when David went to go fight the giant. Like, David, man, you a young punk, David. What you finna do to that giant? All these great men up here, David, they ain't even gonna fight the giant. But you talking about you finna go up to the giant with a slingshot? Man, they told David to sit down. He ain't nothing but a young punk. So it says, and redeem him from the hand of him who is stronger than he. So we already know this system that we in is way stronger than us. We almost got our hands behind our back and our feet tied. But that's the something out of nothing. So I say, they will come and shout for joy on the height of Zion, and they will be radiant over the bounty of the Lord, over the grain and the new wine. Y'all know about the new wine? That's Isaiah prophesies. And the oil, and over the young of the flock and the herd, and their life will be like a water garden, and they will never languish again. Then the virgin will rejoice in the dance, and the young men and the old together. For I will turn their mourning into joy, and I will comfort them and give them joy for their sorrow. I will fill the soul of the priests with abundance, and my people will be satisfied with my goodness, declares the Lord. All these good things, huh? Now, that's a lot of sorrow for niggas who don't want to make it to the NBA. It's a lot of sorrow for niggas who don't what? I'm sorry, I start saying that word. I don't want to get banned. It's a lot of sorrow for us if we don't make it a rap career. You know, it's a lot of sorrow for us if we don't get the 6-figure job, you know. It's a lot of sorrow for us if we don't make it out the dope game. So it's a lot of sorrow for us. Because we don't inherit boats. We don't inherit homes. And if we inherit a home, guess what? It's in a place where we can barely fix it up. So we don't inherit things where we can put other people on. We don't inherit businesses. And if we are, we're part of the Black Boule. See, when people inherit these things, they be a part of something which is really keeping us down. So for all these things, we're going to get double our portion. That's why salvation is first for the Jews. First for the Jews. Then everyone else. Because there's only a certain group of people who has been stripped from their generational wealth. Now, God did it. I don't blame nobody. That's why the salvation is for us first. That's just like a child. If he ain't ate, and everybody else in ate, who you gonna feed first? The ones that haven't ate. So God is back to feed those who haven't ate. Don't be greedy. So it says, verse 15, thus says the Lord, a voice is heard in Raham, lamentation and bitter weeping. Rachel is weeping for her children. She refuses to be comforted for her children because they are no more. Now Leah and Rachel was Jacob's wives. But Rachel is the one that birthed Joseph. Leah is the one that birthed the other ones. But who did Jacob love more? Rachel. Now, right now, every Jacob loves the truth. But it's something about Leah. Leah just keep birthing them kids. It's hard to get one to be birthed from Rachel. But in the end, as he told Abraham, one was going to be born. These are the parables that Moses tried to teach us to show us the will of God. Bless those with the ears to hear. So it says, thus says the Lord, restrain from your voice from weeping, and your eyes from tears. From your work will be rewarded, declares the Lord, and they will return from the land of the enemy. There is hope for the future, declares the Lord, and your children will return to their own territory. And your children will return to their own territory. Now, people don't understand, y'all. It's a reason why they call us African Americans. Can you just put this in your mind? So people so caught up in like, oh no, you think they just call us African Americans for no reason? We really think they call us African Americans for no reason. It's no lie without the truth. They didn't make these things up. They just, y'all, this stuff is not made up. We just was never told the whole story. We was never told the complete story. So it says, verse 18, I have surely heard Ephraim grieving. You have chastised me, and I was chastised like an untrained calf. Bring me back that I may be restored. For you are the Lord my God. For after I turned back, I repented. And after I was instructed, I smote my thigh. And I was ashamed and also humiliated, because I bore the reproach of my youth. Is Ephraim my dear son? Is he a delightful child? Indeed, as often as I spoken against him, I will certainly still remember him. Therefore my heart yearns for him, and I will surely have mercy on him, declares the Lord. Set up yourself role marks. Well, Ephraim, y'all, again, is the part of the generation of Joseph, which is the chosen generation. You know, like I say, all these is this parable teachings that we done took. People lack understanding, took it and created false doctrine, mess your mind up more, put you way back in the rabbit hole. And when you come up here, be like, man, what this nigga talking about? I'm saying the same thing Jeremiah talking about. Because it say Ephraim is the son. What that mean? Jesus is the son. We all the son. Like, come on, like it's different levels of understanding, y'all. You must understand it. That's why, you know, we come up here day in and day out with the crystal clear information. So it says, set up yourself role marks and place for yourself guideposts, signs and wonders of God. We are the signs and wonders. Direct your mind to the highway. Direct your mind, the highways of doing things. That's what a prophet's gonna be. See, right now everybody doing stuff on the earth. The prophets, that's like the highways and byways. We think it's talking about the highway in the street. The prophet's gonna be in the higher ways of doing things. The byways, the ways that's gonna get you by. Because these ways, the way these prophets, that's what a true prophet's at. That's why we on these, that's why on this we big old pound, on this YouTube, this is some high information. But people can't accept where it's coming from. Because I'm not repping no organization. But see, if I was repping the organization, everybody will be jumping on my bandwagon. Because people love praise of man rather than praise of God. Well, this is the praise of God. I don't receive praise from man. So it say, direct your mind to the highway, the way which you went. Return, O Virgin of Israel. Return to these your cities. The state of mind of Jerusalem. So we can inhabit these cities. That's within the state of mind. So it says, how long will you go here and there, O faithless daughter? For the Lord has created a new thing in the earth. A woman will encompass a man. Thus says the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel. Once again, they will speak this word in the land of Judah, and in the cities when I restore their fortunes. The Lord bless you, O abided of righteousness, O holy hill. Judah and all its cities will dwell together in it, the former and they who go about with flocks. For I satisfy the weary ones, and I refresh everyone who languishes. At this I awoke, and look, and my sleep was pleasant to me. A vision, right? He say, at this I awoke, and I look, and my sleep was pleasant to me. Because he have realized what? The redemption of these people. So now let's talk about this new covenant that's being made among us right now. And let's talk about how this new covenant is being made, because we got so many people confused. Well, I don't know how many years I'm going to have to say it. But until we free, I guess I got to keep saying it. So we're in Jeremiah 31 and 27. So it say, behold, the days coming, declares the Lord, when I will sow the house of Israel and the house of Judah with the seed of man and with the seed of beasts. The man, the upright, and then you got the beasts. You got your Esau and Jacob. It say, as I have watched over them to pluck up, to break down, to overthrow, to destroy, and to bring disaster, so I will watch over them to build and to plant, declares the Lord. In those days, what date can be in those days? How can a date put in those? When Jeremiah saying those days, what date that is?
Right. So when people see, there go again, when the scriptures kill it, because when people read these things and they read that part right there, in those days, that sounds like the past instead of the forward.
Yes, that. I
See
ain't
what I'm
looking.
saying?
Yeah.
So it's saying those days as those days to come forward, the remote generation, the remote things to happen.
Mm-hmm.
But this book sends you to the past by certain things that people don't know. I mean, ain't learned.
Well, I say, with all you're getting, get what? Understand it.
And see, that's plain and clear. You can hear that clear. But if you, hey, those days, like when you say, give me those chips, you ain't got them yet until they hand them to you.
Yeah. It ain't. Yeah. That, yeah.
Man.
Hey.
Man, that right there make me want to close the book.
Oh man.
In those days.
Yeah.
Man, go get my watermelon now.
So it say, in those days, they will not say again, the fathers have eaten sour grapes, and the children's teeth are set on edge. But check this out. But everyone will die for his own iniquity.
Ooh.
Each man who eats sour grapes, his teeth will be set on edge. The grinding of teeth, the gnashing of teeth. That's what that means. That's the gnashing of teeth. We got sweet wine over here. So I say, behold, the days are coming, declares the Lord, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. So that's just like what my brother said, in those days. So right now in 31, it say, behold, the days are coming. So what date is this? What date is coming? No man knows the time or day. So if Jeremiah prophesizing about the secret time, how can we say this already happened? How can we say the book of Jeremiah has already happened?
Look, you said, it said in those days, said the Lord. Or what?
No, it say in those days, they will not say again.
Oh.
But right now I'm reading 31, it say, behold, the days are coming. Like I asking people, what date is that? What date is the days to come?
And then most of the scriptures that say, said the Lord, it always be the person that's talking to the Lord that's saying, said the Lord. Because that's the only person that can say, said the Lord.
But see, they seeing the vision of what the Lord gonna say.
And they think the Lord talking to them.
Yeah, they think the Lord is actually talking in the book.
Yeah, talking in the book.
No, that's no.
And said the Lord is the person that the Lord gonna be talking to, because at a certain period of time, the Lord talked to talk to the high priest. And that's the only person that can say, said the Lord.
So 31, Jeremiah. So I say, behold, the days are coming, declares the Lord, when I will again make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. Not like the covenant which I made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand to bring them out of Egypt. My covenant which they broke, although I was a husband to them, declares the Lord. So if God gonna make a new covenant, and it ain't gonna be the covenant like it was with our forefathers, why are we reading about our forefathers?
Correct.
If it clearly says God not gonna make a covenant, not like according that I made with your forefathers, which the covenant they broke. So why are we reading about our forefathers and the covenant that they was given?
Read about the forefathers. And in the sky like the ancestors.
They say the ox knows its owner, the donkey knows its master.
Yeah.
But my people Israel, they do not know. They don't even consider the things they should know. If Jesus Christ is the new covenant, we shouldn't have no teachers. I'm finna keep reading though. Now remember, if Jesus Christ was the new covenant, we shouldn't have no teachers. I'm gonna prove it. So it say, my covenant which they broke, although I was a husband unto them. It say, but this is the covenant which I will make with the house of Israel after those days. What is those days? Somebody got to explain this to me right here. What is those days? I need to know. Declares the Lord, I will put my law within them, and on their heart I will write it, and I will be their God, and they shall be my people. They will not teach again. Woo! Can I get an amen?
Amen. So they go back to 2 Corinthians by them being now the epistles.
Yeah.
Not the letter with the ink, but the epistles to be speaking through the voice of the Spirit. Man.
It say they will not teach again. So if Jesus was the new covenant, why do we have teachers? So when I come telling you I'm destroying all teachers, what I'm doing? I'm doing what Jesus supposed to do, right?
Correct.
Well, then I just might be Jesus. I don't know. Sometimes I confuse myself.
You are. You bringing salvation.
So it say they will not teach again, each man his neighbor, each man his brother, saying, know the Lord. Man, y'all, that's one of the coldest scriptures.
Know the Lord.
Man, you see, brother, you got to know Jesus. You shouldn't be teaching me to know the Lord, because why? It say, for they will all know me. From the least of them to the greatest of them, declares the Lord. So God gonna be in the midst. So you ain't gotta teach about Jesus. Jesus walking the earth. Why are you teaching about Jesus? Jesus walking the earth. Tell the people where he at. But my brothers don't want to come tell us. They don't want to tell the people where he at. Because my brothers and sisters see me. It ain't like they don't see me. But they want to come push me off my throne. Because you know what they say? I think I need to be up there. He not worthy. Or why he worthy? So it say, for I will forgive their iniquity and their sin. I will remember no more. Thus says the Lord, who gives the sun for light by day, and fix order the moon and the stars for the light by night, who stirs up the sea so that its waves roar. The Lord of hosts is his name. If this fixed order departs from before me, declares the Lord, then the offspring of Israel also will cease from being a nation before me forever. Thus says the Lord, if the heavens above can be measured, and the foundations of the earth searched out below, then I will also cast off all the offspring of Israel.
What you say, the measurements?
He say, if the heavens above can be measured, and the foundations of the earth searched out below, then I will also cast off all the offspring of Israel for all that they have done, declares the Lord. So it's basically saying, since these things can't be measured out, all the offspring will not be cast out.
But the carpenter was gonna come and measure it out. And that was gonna be the one with the measuring stick, huh?
Well, yeah.
And then that's when God was gonna be able to come, because the carpenter had to come and lay the foundation first.
The stone that the builder refused. So I say, behold, the days are coming, declares the Lord, when the city will be rebuilt for the Lord, from the tower of Hananel to the corner gate. The measuring line will go out farther straight ahead to the hill of Gabra. Then it will turn to Garah. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm gonna get y'all comments on YouTube, y'all. Yo, peace, perfect love, because we all full in our own pride. Correct. Pride. They say pride is the destruction of. Before destruction, the pride. You know the saying, fall, the pride, fall.
Pride come before destruction.
Yeah.
Fall.
We're ready to kick you with the bullshit.
What's up?
What's going on?
What's happening, homie?
I'm good. How about yourself?
Oh, you on bless, bless, highly favored.
I got a few more verses to read. And then I got a few more verses to read, and then we can get a little talk going on.
All right.
So I'm gonna mute y'all for 1 second, y'all, cause y'all, like I said, I'm just finna read these few little verses. and then we could talk. Well, this last verse. It's saying the whole valley of the dead bodies, of the ashes, and all the fields as far as the brook of Cardan, the corner of the horse's gate toward the east, shall be holy to the Lord, and it will not be plucked up or overthrown anymore forever. So if Jesus did these things, Jesus should have made a kingdom that was going to last forever. These things didn't happen. You know. So that was the end of Jeremiah 31, y'all. But y'all, you know, we shouldn't have no more, it shouldn't be no teachers. Everybody gonna know who the Lord is. Everybody gonna know who the Lord is, from the least of them to the greatest. So that's letting you know you're not gonna have to seek out a book to know God. I say we do understand if you're looking for a fight. Who was that? Come up. Because I'm through reading now. Let me get some of these people up here, especially these wise people. Y'all know me. I'm gonna invite you up. Don't be in the comments on my panel. You know, I'm gonna invite you up just to see where you're coming from. You know, because we trying to get our people. Hey, AJ, bring me a water. You know, so any questions, y'all? Any questions, y'all? Y'all know when I read these chapters, man. You know, we don't never get no responses. You know.
Wow, you come make comments and then you buy, man. Oh, that's.
I tried to invite him up, he didn't want to come up.
That's weak.
I just want to understand where he was coming from. Sometimes comments might get confusing. You know. It's a rocky road. The road is so rough.
Bottle of water?
Ain't no more?
Nah, it's just two on the table though.
Okay.
Your water right there.
Is my water?
There's yours.
All right. Greetings.
Okay. And you know, I always have questions because I'm always seeking truth myself. And I just want to get clarification on the bloodline and the and Adam and Eve. I was told that with Adam and Eve, is the serpent was man, right?
Yeah, everybody, you know, is all speaking of a priesthood.
Okay, it was the serpent was man. Okay, so
No, he can answer.
when
Oh, he can't.
Adam and Eve was naked in the garden, and it said that the serpent beguiled her, right? And that he said if she ate of the fruit, she would eat of the tree of knowledge and think of what is it, good and evil, and she will be as God.
But that's why I know. But that's the whole point of the soul.
You know, the wisdom of right now is snatching the souls of man and woman, you know, which are the priests, by telling them they're going to be like God when they're really not. These things are going on right now. And that's why that's why the devil, which is the serpent, must be cast out. You know,
Okay.
so Moses was speaking in parables, but teaching us about, you know, the things that was going to be going on at the appointed time of God. So the Bible talks about two Adams. You know, it talks about the fleshly man and woman. But then it talks about the spiritual Adam, which is the spiritual man and woman, the one that's gonna sin. You know, so the whole teaching of Adam and Eve is not man and woman, or not none of these things that we perceive it. That's one of the first mistakes.
Okay, so basically you're talking about the nature of man, right? Man and woman.
Yeah, it was really talking about the priesthood, not just any man and woman. It's talking about the royal priesthood. Those who it's really talking about the angels, the messengers of God.
Okay, so they weren't talking about us.
What you mean? What is us? You talking about women, or you talking about
humanity?
No, it wasn't talking about humanity. No.
Okay, so when the serpent tempted Eve, so what does that mean then?
That's the soul. That's Eve represents the spirit, the soul that's inside the flesh.
The mother of all living things.
The mother of all living things. That's what Eve represents. Adam is the man and woman. Adam is the flesh of mankind. It's what Adam represents. You know, so again, like I said, so all these things are parables. Like Moses used these words as parables to give us teachings about the will of God. This was never a history story about something that happened in the past.
Okay, so Adam is the flesh, is the carnal mind, and Eve is the soul?
Yeah, the spirit.
The spirit. So is this why women are, what is said in the Bible, that we was going to be cursed through childbearing, and that we was going to desire a man, and man will rule over us? Because this is what's happening today, right?
Nah, man not really ruling over a woman. I don't know what world you're living in, but man not really ruling over a woman, especially in our community. But that was talking about the wisdom. Right now, as I just read about Rachel weeping for her kids. If you ever, I said these are parable teachings. So Moses taught about Jacob 2 wives, or same thing with Abraham. Abraham didn't have no kids until the last moment. So this wisdom wasn't going to birth. It was going to be, it was going to be getting children through pain. You know how we say the truth hurts. So if you birth by the truth, you got to take up a cross to follow the truth. So all this is a representation in parables of speaking in that form. You know, and
right, but it's all happening today because women are suffering through childbearing. Women are desiring men, and I see women all the time seeking to be married and want a man. She doesn't feel complete without the man. Where I live, there's women, they are thirsty to have a man. Like they do anything to have a man.
What man has misunderstood have made that your reality. Just like, for instance, it just read that the father is your husband. God is the husband. So man has kept the woman hidden, or made these things seem like it was the woman when it wasn't.
Woman always wanted man. Woman always thirsty for man. That ain't just that ain't just thought. You know, every time you had a popular man, you're gonna have a bunch of women around. You know, that's the nature of woman. Right now in the animal kingdom, the woman is gonna have relations with the strongest buck. You know, see, when
I know back in my mom's time, women wasn't thirsty after men like that. It was men that was chasing women. Now it's women chasing men, to where they have more respect for themselves. Just saying back in my days, I'm older than you though. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I say, you know, but like, I know, but that's why I say when women was chasing men too. My mama was born in the 50s. You know, I got aunties that's born in the 50s, and you know, from what I heard, they were chasing men back then. You know, I think, you know, stuff is more open now, and stuff is more seen. You know, but you know, as some people always say, there's always more women than men.
Well, now it is.
I don't really know.
In prison and all and drugs. So yes, they got a lot of our men locked up. And
that's a system. Yeah, that's a system. And you got to think about when wars started. A lot of men died in wars. That left a lot of women, you know, at home. A lot of men died. You got to see all this stuff. This stuff been going on for years. You know how many men died in wars back then, and they woman was just left out. What the woman gonna do? She gonna go look for a man. War been going on. Men been dying. Like, women ain't been fighting in wars all their life. Men go fight in these wars, and lots of men die. A lot of men die at work. You see what I'm saying? So a woman is always left where, shit, if her man gone, she gonna get another one. You know?
I don't know. It's just, I guess we live in two realities, because I know in my reality, as growing up, it was men always constantly chasing women. It was men chasing my mom. And as I grew up, it was men always chasing me. So now that the world have changed, now it's like men want many wives, and men are really oppressing and dominating their women. You know, so
that's a false sense of logic.
Okay.
No black man can dominate a woman if he don't own nothing. Unless she a real sister. Huh?
I have seen men dominate their women. Yes, I have. I've seen it, and I have allowed it myself. I have allowed a man to dominate me. So, and I thought that was the way it's supposed to be.
But that's what I'm saying. See, a lot of times we use these words, and we kind of get screwed up in the spelling of it. It causes spells on our mind. Now, what do you mean dominate? Because when a man in the bed, he dominates you. Women love that. So right now, in the physical reality, now a man should be punching you. A man should be hollering at you. A man shouldn't do none of these things, but you should naturally let a man dominate you. Naturally. You see what I'm saying? So if we don't have those kind of women, and we have these kind of men that's dominating you in the bed, but once you get out the bed, you want to dominate him, that don't go like that.
It don't work like that.
Right. That's what I said, that men dominate the women. I'm not saying it. I'm saying it in the essence of they the head of the house. Woman supposed to listen to the man.
You saying like it's a bad thing. You saying,
yeah.
That's why.
So what I'm saying is that I see a difference. I see a difference from where I'm raised. I'm from LA, and I was raised in Los Angeles. And growing up, most of the men out there, and looking at my mom, my aunties, and stuff like that, it was men always chasing them. It was always men chasing our women in our families. And I was always told not to allow a man.
But you got to think about, too, a lot of these men in America have been broken. Even back then, like these American men, these men have been groomed and broken. They didn't bring real men over here. They brought a lot of women and kids. They showed you what they did to the strong man. They broke him. They didn't even want a strong black man to be walking around. But see, in reality, a real man, I'm telling you, a real man would never chase a woman. A real man will present himself to a woman, but he'll never run. Boys chase women.
That's right.
I chase women. I was a little boy. I'm a man. I don't chase women now. I present myself as a man and see a woman, and we both present ourselves to each other.
That's right.
I don't really chase her. She's not gonna chase me. But real gonna recognize real, and then we gonna intertwine. So all this chasing that come from a little boy. A little boy ain't gonna run behind a woman. They got a bunch of women out here. What I'm run behind one for?
You know that's
right. I'm talking about where I'm from back in the 70s.
That was
Okay,
little boys. They had little boys in the 70s. They ain't had no real men in the 70s.
So yeah,
Well,
so
well, I
now
take that
it's
back. They had real men. I'm not saying I can't say that. I gotta.
They
They had real men, but the real men wasn't chasing the women. That's why in the 70s you had a lot of revolutionary men that got locked up. A lot of leaders that got locked
beating
up.
the women. A lot of them was beating them and stomping their women.
Nah,
That's where they got the law to protect the woman. Where I'm from, I only can speak where I'm from. That's why the law they have created a law to protect the woman, because back then men was beating their women down and killing them. So they had to pass a law to protect the woman.
Well, I don't know nothing about that.
My point.
They also use the woman to get to the man too. In most cases.
Yeah, I seen a lot of cases where men was beat the woman. Even with my mom was getting beat, like, trying to keep her. Men have beat me trying to keep me. Saying that I can't.
Well, no, as I said, we all know they got bad men. Now I'm not saying they don't have bad men. We just speaking on the principles of things.
My point is that when I was reading the scripture in the Bible where it says that man woman will desire her man, and that and her curse would be in childbirth and delivering a child. All those things that I'm seeing, and the curse for the man was the labor for him to work. It's not just for the priests. It's all through humanity.
Well, sis, right now the priests are working. The priests are still steady looking for the truth. The priest supposed to have the truth. The priest supposed to be giving rest. So the flesh right now is still at work. Remember, Adam is the flesh.
Right.
Okay, so right now the soul, because your soul purpose is supposed to birth your children. Your children are supposed to go to everything you go through, but your children are supposed to have the same mind frame and the same purpose in life as you had. That's your soul purpose. So that's how the spirit of the man and woman gonna birth other generations. But this soul and this spirit is in prostitution because it's been deceived through the serpent, which is the wisdom. Now, people who read these scriptures, they lean to their own understanding, and it causes them destruction. That's why the book was never supposed to be handed out to the world, because it's telling us the letter killeth.
Okay, let me understand what you just said. You said the soul, the spirit of the child is supposed to be the same spirit in the soul of the mother, which is Eve, the soul, right?
No. I'm talking about as people who pass down information. That's like right now they call the Pope the father of information. That's the one that's giving direction to all religions. He's the father.
No, but I'm just trying to show the reality and the consistency and the manifestation of that scripture.
Sis, I understand.
What's happening today.
I understand everything you're saying, but that's not what Moses was trying to reveal. That's all I'm saying. That's a lot of people do this with the Bible. They put it with things.
You look at humanity. You can't just close your eyes to what's happening.
Sus, I'm
right
not, because
the Bible.
Sus, it's gonna be fixed. Whether if that was Moses was talking about it or Moses wasn't talking about it or not. We got the tools to fix it. See, that's the answer. The answer is to have the solutions to fix it. That's what we have. Now, what you was trying to bring, you was trying to ask me a question, but then you want me to believe what you know about it. But I'm giving you the new. Because Moses' information was only going to be interpreted by the one that Moses said God was going to choose. Moses' information was not going to be interpreted by those who pick up the book and read it. This is what Moses let us know. But right now, everybody understanding is coming from regular people that pick up the book and say, I interpret it. You can't interpret Moses' information. Trust me, you can't. It might seem like you right. That's why I say in the last days, people are going to have itchy ears. Because stuff is going to scratch their ears, going to be like, damn, that sound right. That sure is. They go exactly, they ain't even what they're talking about.
Okay.
And that's what's going on. That's why right now there's so much confusion. Because we all have different private interpretations. I'm just showing you this thing is speaking of strictly a priesthood. This whole book. From front to back. You know, and so when it says all people come from Adam, because everybody gonna be birthed by those with the highest information. That's like everybody want to be like what? The Negro. Everybody want to do stuff like the Negroes. So what is a Negro to the world? Negro is the Adam. They're the ones that create everything first, and everybody trigger down from them. Everybody copy off us, all our ventures. Everybody copy. So we the Adams. You know, so that's why I say so. This Bible is way deeper than many people. That's why they have caused so much confusion.
Okay. Okay. So the other question is that is Jacob and Esau is the same bloodline of Seth?
Well, yeah, like Seth, Ham, all these people got the same blood. It's like right now, if you have a brother and sister, they got different blood from you. They got the same mother and father. So right now, these are mind frames that's gonna be within the brotherhood. That's all that represent. Mind frames that's gonna be within the same family. This Bible is a family affair. You know, that's why I say Esau and Jacob, Cain and Abel. These are teachings and parables. You know, about what was going to be going on in the family. Huh?
Okay, can you break down when you say mind frame? What you mean? Can you break that down?
Okay, for instance, with the Cain and Abel. You got Cain going to be a priest of the earth. He's going to be an earthly priest. He's going to be probably, like a pastor or scribes and Pharisees. But Abel was a keeper of sheep. So Cain sacrificed God did not accept. God accepted Abel's sacrifice. Abel was a keeper of sheep. Abel was a true shepherd. So Abel offered up his living flesh to God. Cain brought his fruits from the ground. So the Cains that's walking around will be these people who say they offering things to God, but God ain't going to accept it. Because these things that they offering is not able to lead the people. Same thing with Esau and Jacob. Esau, like game, he was a skillful hunter. He was a man of the field. He went out. Jacob stayed at home, a comely man. So all these are different mind frames that's going to be going on in the priesthood, and that's what all these things represent.
Don't you tell the one from the other by learning the bloodline?
No. It say a tree by its fruits. So you're gonna know them by their rotten fruit.
But I recall you saying that you guys are the chosen people, and that Israel is the chosen people, the nation of Judah. So you guys are from the bloodline of Jacob, right?
Oh, it's really called the bloodline of David. It's called the East African Negas. These are the original people of these strolls. These people have been scattered. All us haven't been mixed. I can't say all us haven't been mixed. Like I said, I can't really speak on all these things because we have been in slavery. Many things have happened. But to really speak on a bloodline right now, it's almost like a lion. A lion is still a lion as long as it continues to be a lion. So these things are going on, and these people was gonna rise. So a lot of things won't truly be explained until the artifacts and the manuscripts get brought out. And that's gonna really let everybody know like who descend from these people and who really of this lineage. And everybody else will be drafted in. But most of us,
when it get let out, who's gonna release it, and when will it be released?
Once this is lifted up. All
What
these
that mean?
all these things have been preserved for the Son of God. That's why the Son of Man must be lifted up. So all these things have been preserved and been hidden.
Son of God.
Huh?
And that's why the Son of God must be. I'm trying to. I'm repeating what you said because it doesn't make sense to me. You said everything's going to be revealed through the Son of God, and the Son of God must be lifted up. So how's that answering the question?
Because right now the people who are sitting in our seats, they hold the throne of David. The Son of God is the Son of God represents the one that's going to sit on the throne of David to restore the house of David. So right now,
and the house of David resembles what? What does that mean?
The house of David resembles the beloved ones of God. Those who gonna house the Spirit of God. That's what David means, the beloved ones.
Okay.
You know, so right now these things are being restored through the majesty and the wisdom of God, which will be the voice. And history, see, a lot of us don't know history, so a lot of us don't really understand why these things are happening. And you know, that'd be a lot of puzzle for people. But if we knew history, we knew the true biblical history, you know, and not the Adam and Eve and the Egypt story, you know, and we knew the true history, then we'll understand why these things are taking place and why they gonna happen. But most of us don't. So when we are told these things, it don't make sense because we don't know the true history. You know, so to understand the true history is to help us understand why these things are going on, and most people wouldn't be looking at me crazy.
I wouldn't. If you explain what happened in our history, I wouldn't. I would love to know.
Well, I say like a lot of this stuff this transpired. You know, once this dynasty was destroyed, these people was then taken to every place in the world and used, you know, as servants because they was taken away. You gotta understand, we all weren't king and queens. Like all this stuff, we just king and queens. Like, come on now, we was regular people, but we had a certain thing about ourselves. We knew how to do things. We was blessed. You know, we just had this wisdom. You know, we had order, we had structure, we had leaders. You know, but we was infiltrated. We had talents. It's like right now we still have talents. So these talents, you know, was bestowed on us, and other nations began to want to trade with us. So we started trading and intertwining with other nations, and a lot of us, our brothers, started going off and removing themselves from righteousness, order, structure, principles. I don't want to say God because we get caught up in religion when we use God. So once this brotherhood began to split, as they say, the Moors went to go conquer other lands because they had all these talents. So they began to conquer all these other lands, but in unrighteousness. So it caused them to make many enemies. You know, that's like you got a whole bunch of money, but you at the club, you just throwing drinks on everybody, you spilling it everywhere, you cussing, you just throwing up, and somebody just watching you, and sooner or later you slipping, they come get you. Well, that's what happened to the people who split off. You know, so that caused other nations to come and invade us, and we got weaker and we got weaker, and we was invaded, and we were scattered to the four corners of the earth. Now we are being redeemed. You know, but the same people who run the world, they stole from the biblical people. This is what no history teacher is teaching. The same people that run the world, the reason why they are in power, because they took from the biblical people and the land of Ethiopia, which is where the Bible come from, Ethiopia. That's where the original Bible come from. It don't come from no white man or no Roman Catholic Church. So, but the Roman Catholic Church was the only nation to steal these scrolls and compile them. And at the same time they stole the scrolls, they took a whole bunch of gold.
Okay.
You know, and then killed the one king that was bringing the true God back. Because this man was known as Christ. A lot of Ethiopians, he got a statue right now, King of Kings. We know about Jesus, but we don't know about Tedros. Tedros II. He was a black emperor. you know, of the Solomonic dynasty of Ethiopia. You know, he was known as a visionary. He can write. You know, he had majesty. He was known throughout many regions about all his great works. We know nothing about this man. And he have a lot to do with the influence of biblical scholars. He got a lot to do with it. We know nothing about him. You see what I'm saying? So these are a lot of history facts that help us understand why once this generation rise and proclaim, you know, the order of God, what's going to be given back to them. Because all this is in the law books. Everything must be given back to the son of David. So the CIA was created to stop the rise of a black Messiah. But we don't know why. You see what I'm saying? So all these things are really going on, and we don't really know why, because we don't know about these things that went on 150 years ago that's going to truly impact today's decision. You know, and like I say, these things went on 150 years ago. You know, I'm not talking about things that happened 400 years ago. Yeah, we had a black king, cornrows, you know, emperor, king of kings, 150 years ago. We don't know nothing about him. He had all kind of gold, all kind of strolls, intelligent. He had white people working for him.
That's a fact.
He was bringing roadways to Ethiopia. He was finna modernize. He was finna build something like Jerusalem. They took his blueprints. They took his gold. They took the strolls. They took his son. They took some people. They burnt everything. And at that time, he was king. He was fighting against his brothers because they wanted to be Muslims. Because the original Christianity come from Ethiopia. And it's to follow the one who was sitting on David's throne, not to follow someone who's going to come out the sky. So that's the original Christianity. To actually follow Christ and say, hey, that's Christ, so yeah, I'm with Christ. That's the original. But we got some saying, I'm with Christ, but where you at? You're not following him. You can't see him. You know, so all these things is the history that has been wiped away from us. And then the Roman Catholic Church added time, spread it out. So now we talking about 2,000, 6 billion years ago, 200,000, 2,000 years ago. Man, all that nobody don't know what happened 2,000 years ago. Nobody. The only people that know is the people that was there to tell it. Because if we truly knew what happened 2,000 years ago, we'll know what went on 150 years ago. Most of us don't. Shit, most of us don't know what went on 100 years ago. And like you just said, people was in different parts of the world. So if you wasn't over there, they ain't have no news. They ain't have no recorders. And see, that's what makes Tedros time so interesting. Because it was the time of guns, and it was also the time of cameras. Cameras came out like in the 1800s. So I'm saying, so a lot of pictures was taken that time, you know, around that time to really start recording history in a way that had never been recorded before. Because history wasn't always recorded. Because they got stuff went on my neighborhood most of y'all don't know about because y'all wasn't here. That's how it always been. If you ain't here, you ain't get to see it.
Right.
You know, so I'm saying, so right now it's a lot of things, man, that when we talk about this history and how things are set up, we got to understand how things are going to fall. But we don't know how stuff going to fall because we don't know how stuff was set up. So when we do come and telling our brothers these things and sisters, they be like, man, y'all sound crazy. But we know things that other people really don't know, and we understand how this picture comes together to make it so simple a child can understand it. You know, so
how do you see it to be set up?
What you mean? How do I see it to be set up?
You said that, you know, things are going. Okay, just repeat what you just said. So you said something about things will be. We don't know how things are going to
fall.
Be set up.
We don't know how things gonna fall because we don't know how things were set up. Because things were set up because they stole from the royal priesthood, which is the people of the book. So the descendants of the people of the book is going to rise up and reclaim what these people have stolen. And it's written down in their law that they must give it back once the anointed one returns.
Okay, so the descendants is not the descendants from Abraham?
Correct.
Okay, so that's why I was asking you what descendants you're that you're from, and you was it from Seth?
Abraham is David. David is Joseph. Joseph is Judah.
Well, it goes further than that, right?
No, because right now, prophecy let us know God said He's gonna put two sticks back together. He's gonna put Judah and Israel back together. They're gonna become one stick.
Okay.
So
What about the rest of the people? What about, okay, because I was on someone else's panel and it was showing me in the Bible how we come from the bloodline of Seth. And we was reading Genesis 4, I think it was 4 and 25 or something like that.
A big charge on my phone. Oh, that's why I say it. So that's like you got Ham, which represents the flesh. Ham was cursed because he was of the flesh. You got Seth was gonna be of the mind. He didn't uncover his father. Ham uncovered his father. Then you got Japheth. Japheth was the one that heard the truth and followed the truth. That's the three sons of Noah. That's not, again, these are not separate bloodlines. These are different mind frames that's within the brotherhood and the sisterhood. So those who come from Seth are going to have the correct mind frame, not to uncover their father nakedness. And they're going to do right by God. That's all that represent. So the children who come from Seth, they're going to have that mind frame. That's like in the scripture where it say, Abraham rejoiced when he seen me. So Moses taught us when a true child of Abraham sees the high priest of God, he going to rejoice. So if you're not a child of Abraham, when you see the high priest, you're not going to rejoice. And that's what's going to determine the true children of Abraham. Not that one. That one got short. That's what's going to determine the true children of Abraham. You know, so this is what Moses was teaching us.
So I can have the mind frame of Cain, Shem, Ham. Let me get my Jeff. How do I know? I'm trying to figure out who I am.
Well, right now, it's on the two sides, sis. It's the lies and it's the truth. So if you hear the truth and you rejoice, you are children of Abraham. Because Abraham heard the word. Abraham didn't read the word. Abraham's father worshiped false gods. So Abraham ain't know who God was. Like Abraham was born into sin. So we are the generation of Abraham that's born into sin. But it was going to be a voice that came to Abraham, as Melchizedek came, to give Abraham the bread and wine. But see, remember, this is about a priesthood anyway. This ain't really for everybody. And if you don't hear it, it don't make you a bad person. Just don't become a teacher and become lying on God. See, that's when you become an enemy to God. You're not an enemy because you don't know. You're an enemy when you lie on behalf of God. You know, so the best thing, if you don't know, just remain meek, remain humble, keep your ears open. Okay. And then that's how you're going to know who you are. And the best thing to be is righteous right now. Just don't be wrong. That's and right. The best way not be wrong is not say nothing. You can't be. If you don't say nothing, you can't be wrong. But see, we living in a world because we read books. We want to talk. That's when you become God's enemy.
Okay, I get it. Because someone was just telling me, trying to prove to me through the Bible that Adam and Eve had sex with the serpent, which was a man. It said she gave it to her to
Oh.
Adam, and Adam did eat, and the serpent beguiled them. So this where homosexuality come from, through Adam having sex also with the serpent.
Well, you gotta understand, when you intertwine with false information, that's the same thing as the angels falling and having sex with the daughters of men. That's like we say, you make your bed, you lay in it. You didn't literally make a bed. So when you intertwine with false information, and that's why they call it fornication or adultery. So these priests committed adultery on God. Adam committed adultery. So like I said, a lot of this stuff just watered down to the perception of an earthly understanding. So when we hear sex, same thing as we hear virgin, we thinking about a woman that ain't been touched. Which virgin just means pure. It means something that's untouched. So God's wisdom is untouched. But when certain people hear these things, they look at it from an earthly perspective. And they don't look at the higher understanding of why these things was truly said. So I can hear that, and I can understand why someone would say that. And be like, well, if you understand that if a man fornicate with false information, he has intertwined with it. So it's just like him having sex with it. But not literally him sexing some information. That's like we say, I'm making love to the money. Do you lay the money on the bed and start kissing it and making love to it? No. So it's like a figure of speech that's being used, but if it's not understood, it's going to be taken wrong. And that's what everybody is doing.
Okay, then where did homosexuality come from?
Oh yeah, now homosexuality, it come from us. It come from us being a system. Because right now, I was just telling this to my brother, man. You know how many people don't like me? I'm just a man. I ain't did nobody nothing. I ain't asked nobody for nothing. I ain't hurt nobody. I ain't did nothing. But just by me being a man and standing on my principles, you know how many women don't like that?
Well, I love it.
But I'm talking about just my family. I'm talking about loved ones. Now, some people do, but you gotta think about what kind of damage this do to the kids. Cause when the kids see me, they're like, I don't want to be that kind of man. But shit, I'm a real man. I'm principles. I'm order. If I walk in the house, it shouldn't be about no rank. A man walk in the house, give respect. But we rather do this to our little boys than to do it to a grown man. So right now, when little boys see a real man, they see a real man being tortured. They see a real man not getting love. They see a real man not getting respect. So what are you gonna say? If I can't be a man, I gotta be a woman. So the mind frames that we are in, the way we are living, our communities is creating homosexuality.
But not only that, it's also a hormonal thing where I read an article where they tested all the prisoners that was in prison. So what they did was they did a test on the men that was on death row, and then they did the test on the men that was in there, like for misdemeanors or did something like be like a robbery or something like that. And they noticed that the men that was on death row that murdered people had a higher hormone chemical of testosterone versus the other one that maybe he in there for robbing somebody or something like that.
And I'm glad you said that. And I ain't mean to cut you off, but since you said that, you sparked something in my mind, and I gotta say it because I forget. I talk about it, but I don't. The marijuana that they legalizing, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what it does to the male?
Yeah, give him estrogen.
And boosts his what? Testosterone.
In the women, yes.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, in the women, but it make the man more angry. It make the man and woman more angry.
Right, because when you put estrogen inside of a man, then he become more emotional. Which causes him to be more angry because he's masculine. and with the women,
Right.
and, with the women, and they also doing it in the food. They putting soy in most of the processed food, which is soy is estrogen. So when we're talking about homosexuality, we have to consider
Oh, no
that
doubt.
the body responds to the hormonal chemicals that releases through the body that give us these emotions and feelings and desires and things like that. That's why I don't believe that people is gonna die and go to hell, or people are, they got all these different things they say in the Bible, that everything is a spirit and this and that, but we have to understand that we're dealing with chemicals in the body that causes us to react and have these different feelings, and we respond off of these feelings, what causes us to do some of the things that we do.
Correct. That's man. That's why I say one of the first things I understood. Peace. It's really changing my diet. That was my first awakening. Before I read the Bible, was really changing my diet. Man, it was like a spirit came upon me, and just like, man, well, why are people dying? I gotta do this, and that's like you said, that's very very important, and that's why right now when you could tell this is a chosen generation. We had a black doctor that came and cured all diseases. On top of that, he was vegan. So he showed us the way to get rid of homosexuality. Because
Right.
I promise you, if you change the way we eat and we come with a principal counselor coming from our men, because right now they got our rappers gay. So the people that's talking to our communities, they gay. So of course the people gonna be gay, the rappers gay. That's what Pimp C tried to talk about when he came out of jail. Like, man, hold up, man. I just found out all these niggas booty plucking. Got him out of here. Because he was finna talk about it hard. So if all these rappers that we listening to and we lifting up on the radio and we sharing their information, and now our rappers is teachers. Kevin Gates is a teacher now. He giving
Right. Just
knowledge.
like they got.
So you got men screaming out they licking booty and doing these things, and now they teachers and we look up to these people. Well, then what we gonna be doing?
Right.
They rapping to us. So all these things are still being forced on us for a reason. Like a lot of these rappers can't really rap. Why they getting these big deals? Because they sitting in the lap.
Frequency.
Huh?
Because of what? I was thinking because of the frequency of the sounds of the music is below 432 megahertz,
No.
which is the lower self. You
No,
know what I'm
not.
saying? So
That's true. But they also they have meetings. The CIA created gangster rap. That's to get rid of anybody to rise up with a new thought and a new way for the people who they doing this laboratory work on. Us.
right. It's to consciously keep you at a certain frequency. Because this is what I'm just gonna say. What I could be wrong, but what's inside of me tells me that by us being electrical magnetic beings, and we are spiritual beings, is that we have highs and lows. So when they play certain music and play a certain sound or tone or frequency, it stimulates the pineal gland, what causes us the pineal gland to release certain hormones that cause us to react a certain way. So if they can, keep them playing a certain music and a certain tone, a certain frequency, then it's going to keep people's minds from thinking on a higher consciousness.
What do I say? You could say it in that professor way, but we just need the food for thought to change our minds. Food for thought. So we need the correct food. And like you said, the information that they feed us and whatever beat they put it to is causing us to vibrate on a low level.
Yes,
so we need the food for thought that's gonna elevate us. That's why it's all about conversation. It's all about what we take in from the lips of people.
Right. So it's our food.
The food for thought. It's the food that we eat and it's the food for thought that come from people's lips.
Right, right.
That's the most important things that we have to change.
Yes.
One eat means to
Yes,
partake.
and know how to
the other eat
control
means to digest.
our, like you
Yeah.
said, our emotions, our feelings, and our thoughts.
Man.
Because people respond according to how they feel, and the only way you can control the way you feel is, like you said, is to control the way you eat. Be careful of what your ears hear, your eyes see.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And only listen to certain music. That's why I was telling someone that music is like a spell. If you listen to a lot of hip hop, beat bop stuff like that, and it doesn't coincide with your higher self or the octave of your own frequency, that's going to make you feel pure, and it's going to make you feel like you want to have sex. It's going to make you feel like you want to, do things that you shouldn't be doing. Then we shouldn't be listening to that type of music, because people feel like, oh, it's just music. You know what I'm saying? It's just music. But no, that music is putting a spell on your mind, and it's lowering the freeze of your emotions and your feelings.
Correct.
Right. So that's why I don't listen. I be careful what type of music I listen to. I'm careful about what type of movies that I look at. I don't even watch TV. I do a lot of reading. I do a lot of praying. I separate myself from the world. I have no friends. I have no family. I'm basically to myself all the time, unless I'm taking care of my business. And this is my life. This is my life. So yes, I love information, and I'm very careful what I receive. You know what I'm saying? And if I'm unsure of something, I'm gonna go ask someone that I feel, like I feel that you are the Christ. You have the message. So I say, okay, let me go to him when I seen that you was live. Let me go to you, so you can, break that down for me about the Adam and Eve and the bloodlines and things like that, and what the guy was telling me about Adam having sex with the serpent and things like that, and that can be one of the reasons why homosexual came, the spirit of homosexuality came into existence. I was like, wow, I didn't know Eve had sex with the serpent. I knew it was a man. It had to be a man. I know the tree is the tree of life, which represents nations. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to make sense, but certain things do not mix with my spirit, so I know not to receive it. And if I'm second guessing something, then I'm going to, talk to God about it, or God going to lead me to someone that can bring clarification, where my spirit say, okay, now that makes sense. Like what you said, and now my spirit is eased, because my spirit can resonate what you said versus what he said. What he said bothered my spirit, what made me look for you online. Now, when you broke it down to me, then it put my spirit at ease.
Mm-hmm. That's what the truth is. I tell everybody, the truth is common sense. If it's not common sense, it's not the truth. And that's something we have to understand. The truth is not complicated. Now it might be different. It might be new. But it's common sense. And like you said, it's gonna resonate with you. That's the truth. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was. I just got off a panel, and it was like, wow, it was crazy. And they was talking about the Bible and stuff like that, but it went all the way left, and certain things just stuck with me. And I said, I need to talk to someone. But thank you for your time. I appreciate you.
It's time for you to join the sisterhood. Then, if you resonate with the information, it's time to join the sisterhood and help build the nation. Like we gotta start using these platforms for what they really work.
Yes, I would love. I didn't know how to ask, but then I wasn't sure. But I didn't know if I supposed to ask right now, because I'm new, that I wanted to join. be a part of, because I go to a lot of spiritual panels. I don't mess around with other panels. I go to a lot of religious and supposed to be spiritual conscious panels, and that's all I do is research spiritual information and pray. That's my life. And first, I didn't get what you guys were saying, because the way the angel, I thought his name was Angel something, the way he was saying it, I don't know, it kind of confused me, and it was just, I don't know, I got a little frustrated. And then he kept kicking me. Oh my God.
You talking about St. James?
What's that, Angel?
Yeah, because I just asked him.
Who you talking about?
I said,
Who you talking about? You talking about St. Daniel or St. James?
She's an angel.
Oh, you said angel? You said somebody angel?
Daniel. Yeah, Daniel, not the 50-year-old one, the other one. And he thought it was funny. That's why I said it's not funny. I guess he was laughing because when he kicked me, I would come back as another person. And he don't even know that he think I'm a brand new person on the panel, but it was me. But then I let him know who I am, and he immediately kicked me again. I'm like, dang, why you keep doing that? He was like, good night. And I was like, what did I do? I just was asking about, like, okay, what's the difference between a shaman and a witch? You know what I'm saying? And he said, I can sense you're a teacher, huh? You know what it is. And so I don't know. I just wanted his opinion about it. But he felt like I was trying to act like I didn't know. But then I was trying to tell him when I did try to explain what I did know.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
You're not gonna play the victim. You came up like a sheep. You act like you didn't know.
No,
and then by the end of the conversation, you said, well, this is my understanding of it. Well,
yes, and you kicked me.
Well, listen to what you did. You came and act like you didn't know it, and then you already knew what you already wanted to say it in your mind. When I was telling you falling titles. I was telling you the difference between what an herbalist was. But if you follow in titles and modern day terms and words, we don't follow titles. We follow truth.
I know, I understand that. I just wanted your perspective, and then I wanted to share my perspective, and then we come to a solution or conclusion.
See, that's the thing.
But you immediately, from dealing with other people, you immediately thought I was coming in to tell you something when I was just sharing what was inside my mind, so we can communicate.
See, action speaks louder than words. So by the end of the conversation, you said, "Let me tell you my understanding of it." If you had an understanding of it, why did you ask the question? And when you could have brought your understanding out we always say, let's lay our cards out on the table first.
I did. Just like with him right now, right? I asked him a question, and then I gave him what I was told, what my understanding, and then he told me, you know what I'm saying? It was dialogue back and forth, because I'm giving you my understanding of it. Don't mean that I don't want clarity. You know what I'm saying? I still want clarity.
Okay. So my next question is, did you get any clarity? Did you get any understanding today? Because I plant seeds.
Yes.
I'm a seed planter, and Christ come back along and water those seeds, because it's God inside the vessel.
Yes, I did.
Well, that's all that matters.
Yes, but you know what you put me through, though. You know how many pages. You know I had to go through Facebook. I had to. You know what I had to do to keep having to come back and change my pro, because you can't just change. In order to do a new profile with Bigo, you had to do a whole different number, a whole different email, you know what I'm saying? I did that like 3 times.
Ma'am, look what everybody else do. They come up, they change their profiles. They do the same thing you do. Say the same thing you say. So you can't separate darkness from darkness, light from lies.
I just want peace with you, brother. I didn't want to keep having to do that. You just kicked me out on it like that. I just wanted communication.
Ma'am, I didn't put a gun to your head and make you do anything. You was rejecting the truth. Also last night we also talked about how the truth was going. When you asked this, how the truth was going come with you, but at the same time it was going to correct. It was going to build you. It was going to tear you down. but it was gonna build you back up. So that's what's going on right now.
Yes, you keep tearing me down and kicking me. That's what I do. That's what I don't like. And I have to ask God to give me patience with you because you tear me down and kick me. Like,
so
that hurts my spirit.
So that's what the truth does, man. The truth, it hurts.
It's not the spirit, it's you doing that, the way you're dealing with me.
Well, man, I only know to give you the truth. I don't know how to give you nothing else but the truth.
I accept the truth. I accept it, but if I'm trying to have a conversation with you, that don't mean you kick me.
I don't know what you mean about kicking. You keep saying kicking. What you mean by kicking? Because you say that the truth hurts, and what I'm giving you is it hurts you. But you keep saying kicking you. What do you mean by kicking you?
You kick me and you hurting me at the same time.
Well, ma'am, I don't know you. I ain't never seen you before.
Yes, you have. You know how many times I've been on this panel? It's just I had to come at different people so you can stop doing that to me.
Well, I'm talking about in real life. I mean, this is real life, but you know what I mean. Talking about that person.
Okay. You know me now. Well, I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start showing my face. You know what I'm saying? So you can see my face, and maybe you can see my energy. So you'll know that I'm not a troll. I'm not trying to argue with you. I'm just having a conversation, trying to get my mind washed and cleaned and reconstructed. And I can't get that if you're kicking me every time I tell you what I think.
Well, ma'am, how your mind gonna get corrected? If you still, if listen, if the scripture tell you, say, don't think to your own understanding.
And think about it like
you
this.
gotta know what I'm thinking. You gotta know what I'm thinking for you to correct it.
Well, ma'am, whatever you gonna think, you gonna speak it. And once you speak once you speak it, that's when the harm is done. Because it's not what goes inside the person that defiles them. So it ain't what they hear. It's what comes out. The mouth. So if you speaking.
Okay.
Now I'm kicking.
Okay.
Now you kicking out.
Yeah. This is what she called kicking, everybody. This right here.
Yeah.
Talking to her like this is what she called kicking. But then she gonna come back along and say, oh, I will come back and follow y'all, man. I went I went to Walmart looking for y'all page.
No, you wouldn't let me back on the page. I couldn't even get in and say it without permission. Every time I click on there, it kept saying something without permission. I've been kicked.
Ma'am, that's because the seats was locked. So the seats, sometimes the seats be locked. So can't nobody just come up and like the troll just come up while you trying to get some information, trying to get truth. So the seats might have been locked. And at that very time, we don't know. I don't know if I look down at the box or not. We're not on here to be really social media sites, players on here like everybody else doing. We ain't here for no games. No entertainment. That way.
Games? What if I wanted to join? And what if I wanted to become a part of the family? What if I get accepted, boy, me and you, I can see we gonna be worse.
Well, ma'am, you already joining now. Ain't you on the live?
Haven't you been coming back?
Yeah, different people.
Okay. And have you been able to get understanding?
Yeah, I'm getting better.
All right.
Getting better.
Well, that's all that matters. As long as you keep doing that, practice make perfect.
Make perfect.
Ooh, I wouldn't want to be your woman. You hard.
God is love.
Hey, some women like that. So I guess you already said you ain't. So some women like it though. You just said it best. Leave room for the women that like it.
But not like that.
Leave room for the women who like it.
Women like it, but not like that though. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like sex. You like it kind of rough, but not you don't want somebody to bang your insides out. Like, you gotta know exactly how we like it. That it. We like to be, the man to be the man, but you know what I'm saying? But don't be so rough.
This is different. This is different.
Maybe you ain't never seen a real man. Cause a real man gonna stimulate your mind first.
I know what? When you stimulate my mind, it's better than sex. I told my ex that if you can't stimulate my mind, then I'm bored. And I don't want to open my leg. That you have to stimulate. I love that. I love the mental.
Well, that's what the truth. That's what the
I
truth.
don't like abuse.
That's what the truth do. It busts you out. It energize.
I don't know if I need to be the mediator for this conversation.
I don't know. Leave the room, right?
I don't know if I need to be the mediator. I don't know if I need to get up. Because I don't think I'd be a good mediator in this one.
I don't know where it came from.
I was about to.
I just know not to come this way. If I ever came over there, I'd be up under the Messiah. I would not be under you.
Oh man.
Well, Mel, the world is turning, and everybody ain't gonna accept the truth. So
I love the truth, but I love compassion too. Okay, have compassion.
I do.
Right? You're an angel.
That's why we up here. Christ got compassion for the ignorant. So we gotta learn those ways. The ignorant is the ones of lack of knowledge. Because ignorant means lack of knowledge.
Dang. Ooh.
So this is the patience of the saints, baby.
Baby. Oh my God.
Now you see why the saints gonna go. Now you see why the saints gonna go marching in.
You're a tough cookie. That's all I gotta say. You're a tough cookie cutter.
I don't know, baby. I'm one of the vegan cookies. The vegan cookie, strong. They can do it. They're gonna really help you understand some things.
You may be a vegan cookie, but you got a strong flavor. Very bitter. Little bitter.
Little bitter? Yeah, I don't need all that sugar. I like my women like I like my coffee. Black.
Black?
That means pure. I like them pure. Pure-minded. Quiet spirit. Virtuous woman. Chameleon that can adapt to all situations and still stay humble. And then able to submit and follow what's inside the vessel that Christ has put in.
Well, you're looking for a robot, not a person.
Well, no. I'm looking for a daughter of Mary.
You probably get that next life. I don't know if you're going to get that this life.
Well, this is the next life. And only a few is in this next life.
You gotta be born again.
Okay, Angel. Which one? I want to make sure you're not the other one. Angel.
I'm Yaju St. James.
St. James.
Yeah.
Why'd you St. James? Okay. I just know I gotta kind of stay my distance when it's your turn.
That's fine.
I gotta stay my distance and keep changing my profile when it's your turn.
That's fine. You got other more brothers with the same message.
Okay. You're a tough one. It's only be 3 of y'all that I've seen. And I see how y'all, have y'all shift. And
so you
you're
be
the
watching.
only one that I conflict with.
Watching the shift work.
So you be watching.
Oh Oh yes, and you the only one I conflict with though. So I think it's maybe it's I don't know what it is, like a sibling, a rival type of thing. I don't know.
Well, you
I know
got
when I see you coming, I'm going the other way.
well. Sometimes you need to come. Sometimes you need to come my way.
Oh no, oh no, I better not say nothing.
See,
That's why I didn't hardly say nothing.
there's a way that looks like the right way, but it leads to destruction, and that's the way that everybody going. A lot of people going. So maybe if you come my way, because it says, "Be not forgetful to entertain strangers." Men have entertained angels unaware. So maybe you come my way. I can probably I can show you the right direction, how to get back home.
I just know you like pushing that kick people button, putting people to sleep. Night, I think you like doing that. I think you get a kick out of doing that.
Well, my job is, ma'am, that has been given to me is the power to bring down strongholds in the mind. So it's already darkness in your mind.
Well, kicking them is not bringing down strongholds.
Well, like I say, the truth will set you free. But before it do it, it's gonna have to tear you down and then build you back up, and then you'll like me a little bit more. You appreciate me a little bit more.
Yeah, you be my best friend, Cam. You gonna be my best friend.
Well, that's fine. That's cool. We can be homies.
Hide under the Messiah.
We can be homies.
Hide under. I need his covering from you.
We can be homies. My road dog. We can be homies.
I'll be your road dog. Okay, well, I'm gonna get down. It was nice talking with you all. Love you.
All right, sis.
All right.
Peace and blessings to you.
Peace.
Okay. Bye. Put me down. I don't know how to get down.
Lay
All
down.
them big old pounds you make, he don't know how to get down?
Let me help you down.
No.
Hold on. Let me help you down.
No.
Let me help you down.
Don't kick me. No.
No. I'm saying lift your arms up. Let me help you down.
Love you. Bye.
All right,
All
sis. Nation building, y'all. Nation building.
I gotta roll up out there.
That shit is too funny.
Well, what the topic is for today, y'all? We done read Jeremiah 31. We done gave the sister some clarity. What's gonna be next for today? Are we gonna come together and say, I believe now? I believe I can fly. Woo!
This is the time of knowing now.
I believe I can touch. You gotta believe you can fly. You gotta believe you can touch the sky. You gotta believe it. Then you can achieve it. But yeah, y'all, on the serious tip, y'all, it's time for, man, the restoration, y'all. It's the restoration, man. It's time to rest. We still, y'all, once you find the truth, you don't have to continue to look for it. Don't be deceived. Once you find the truth, you don't continue to look for it. You know? And y'all, this live is being recorded on YouTube. So on my YouTube page, you can go check it out, Y'all Judah. The live is recorded on my YouTube page. So the restoration, y'all, man, the truth gives us rest. This is a Sabbath day. We're supposed to be entering God rest from all the works and the weary burdens that we had to carry. So this is the restoration. Damn. So we got any questions, y'all? I guess we'll start with 33, y'all. It's a catch. I mean, not a catch 22, but 33. And then I'll take me a break after 33, y'all. I'll take me a break. You know, just to keep the conversation going. I got my people on YouTube. I got my people on the Bigo. So since we got people at the restaurant, we might as well cook some more food, huh? The people at the restaurant, they want to order some more food, we gotta cook some more. So we finna put some more back on the stove. So if you got your books, turn to Jeremiah 33. Any questions before I get started? Jeremiah 33, y'all. Jeremiah 33. You looking at them. Because remember, Christ gonna choose everybody else. God gonna choose the Son. Who, Psalm 27?
No. You know who. I ain't even gonna say his name.
So Jeremiah 33, y'all.
Start tell y'all teachers to read chapters. Tell them start reading them scriptures.
So we're in Jeremiah 33.
That's what I'm doing. This is the beginning.
This is the middle. And now you finna witness the end. That's gonna be the third day. The beginning, the middle, and the end. The end is when I rise. That's the end. So Jeremiah 33. It say, then the word of the Lord came to Jeremiah the second time, while he was still confined in the court of the guard, saying, thus says the Lord, who made the earth, the Lord who formed it to establish it. The Lord is his name. Call to me, and I will answer, and I will tell you the great and mighty things which you do not know. For thus says the Lord God of Israel concerning the houses of this city, and concerning the houses of the kings of Judah, which are broken down to make a defense against the siege ramps and against the sword. While they were coming to fight with the Chaldeans, and to fill them with the corpse of men whom I have slain in my anger, and in my wrath I have hidden my face from this city, because of all of their wickedness. Behold, I will bring to it health and healing, and I will heal them, and I will reveal to them an abundance of peace and truth. It won't be no peace until truth is established. Don't be fooled. There's no peace right now. It say, I will restore the fortunes of Judah and the fortunes of Israel, and I will rebuild them as they were at first. I will cleanse them from all their iniquity, by which they have sinned against me. This Bible always speaking about how our forefathers sin against God. I will patrol all their iniquities, by which they have sinned against me, by which they have transgressed against me. It it will be to me a name of joy, praise, and glory before all nations of the earth, which will hear of all the good that I do for them. And they will fear and tremble because of all the good and all the peace that I will make for it. So right now you have works going on in the earth so people can see God is real. For thus says the Lord, yet again there will be heard in this place of which you say it is a waste, without man, without beast, that is in the cities of Judah and in the streets of Jerusalem that are the isolated, without man and without inhabitant of beasts. So it lets you know these places are without man. So it say the voice of joy, the voice of gladness, the voice of the bride and groom. Who married to this? Don't we supposed to come to the marriage supper? The voice of the bride, the voice of those who say, give thanks to the Lord of hosts. Where is the Lord of hosts? Last time I checked, you didn't have to be in the sky to host the Father Spirit. Last time I checked, last time I read the Bible, you didn't have to be in the sky to host the Father Spirit. So give thanks to the Lord of hosts, for the Lord is good. His love and kindness is everlasting. And those who bring a thank offering into the house of the Lord, for I will restore the fortunes of the land as they were at first, says the Lord. Thus says the Lord of hosts, there will again be in this place, which is waste, without man or beast, and in all its cities, in habitation of shepherds who rest their flocks. In the cities of the hills, in the cities of the hill country, in the cities of the lowland, in the cities of, that's crazy, y'all, it's Negev.
G-E-V?
Negev.
I can't even rock with him. Even know how to pronounce that.
It don't even look like no V supposed to even go right here. So in the cities of Negev, in the land of Benjamin, in the inverse of Jerusalem, in the cities of Judah, the flocks will again pass under the hands of the one who numbers them, says the Lord. Behold, the days are coming, declares the Lord. So what date will the day be coming? What date will the day be coming? Behold, the days are coming, declares the Lord, when I will fulfill the good word which I have spoken concerning the house of Israel and the house of Judah. In those days, what date is those days? So in those days, and at that time, what time that is? No man knows the day or hour. So how we gonna know when Jesus gonna come back? So it say, I will cause a righteous branch of David to spring forth. Now, this branch that's going to spring forth, do you not see it? If God caused this branch to sprout up, God ain't give you the eyes to see it? God ain't give you the eyes to see this branch that's actually sprouting up through the works of God. God should have gave everybody who believe in God those eyes to see what God is doing. So it say, and he shall execute justice and righteousness on the earth. In those days, Judah will be saved. So what time was Judah saved? Why is Israel not dwelling safely? If this already been fulfilled, we should be in safety right now. We should be looking for shelter. So it says, in those days Judah will be saved, and Jerusalem will dwell safely. And this is the name by which she will be called, the Lord of our righteousness. Now, I had a few sisters grab this verse and say, oh, she. Right? And I can see how people will take it. And this one thing I always ask, I don't know why that's right there like that, because if we understand these scriptures, it's never twisted that way. But as it tell you how in Revelations, she had the what? She birthed someone, but then she had the 12 stars on her head. That's the wisdom. That's the wisdom that's going to birth us all. The same wisdom that birthed the Son of God. You know, so a lot of people that you know, I guess that's speaking of the wisdom. I know I used to have arguments about that. So it's saying, this is the name by which she will be called, the Lord of our righteousness. For thus says the Lord, David will never lack a man to sit on the throne of the house of Israel. So when we saying Jesus is coming out the sky, we saying David is lacking a man to sit on the throne. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. David will never lack a man to sit on the throne. It say, and the Levitical priest will never lack a man before me to offer burnt offerings, to burn grain offerings, and to prepare sacrifices continuously. The word of the Lord came to Jeremiah, saying, thus says the Lord, if you can break my covenant with day and my covenant for night, so that day and night will not be at their appointed time, then my covenant may also be broken with David my servant, so that he will not have a son to regain on his throne, and with the Levitical priests, my ministers. So God said, if you could take away day and night, then you could take away the covenant that God has made with David for a son to regain on the throne. It say, as the hosts of heaven cannot be counted, and the sand of the sea cannot be measured, so I will multiply the descendants of David my servant, and the Levites who minister to me. And the word of the Lord came to Jeremiah, saying, have you not observed what this people have spoken? Saying, 2 families which the Lord chose, he has rejected them. Thus they despise my people. No longer are they as a nation in their sight. No longer a nation. Thus says the Lord, if my covenant for day and night stand not, and the fixed patterns of heaven and the earth I have not established, then I will reject the descendants of Jacob and David my servant, not taking from his descendants rulers over the descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. But I will restore their fortunes, and I will have mercy on them. But where do it say the rulers gonna come from? It say they clearly gonna come from among them. Hello? Yeah, what's that? No, you go wherever you had to put in where you was gonna go. If you're not going to, if you're not using the credit card. No, I always go to the airport. Oh yeah, with Avis, yeah. Yeah, with Avis. Yeah, a budget. No, I never went nowhere else. I don't know. I don't. It should be with a credit card. You do that with a debit card. You told me you had a credit card? You told me you had a credit card? All right. So yeah, it say not taken from his descendants rulers. So God gonna take the rulers from the descendants. This is what Jeremiah let us know. How like I say, y'all. So when it comes to what people is talking about, man, we gotta understand, y'all. It's your ruler would never come out the sky. Come on now, y'all. That's the first deception in the world. So now if you understand that, so if the rulers gonna come from the descendants, where our rulers at? Because I'm telling you, we're not ruling nothing in America. We ain't got no rulers in America. So where our rulers at? That's all. Like, we ain't got to talk knowledge and wisdom, but we just got to find our rulers. Where are they? I'm going to support them. If you can find them, you can show me. I'm going to go see them. I'm going to go sit down with them, and I'm going to support them. So where they at? When I ask these questions, I get crickets. That's when the crickets come. You know? So right now, I tell people, if Jeremiah let us know where our rulers gonna come from. So how you gonna add to the scriptures? Now our rulers gonna come out the sky. What? That's unheard of. That don't even make sense. We gotta talk to our ancestors. That's unheard of. That don't make sense. Our enemies didn't talk to their ancestors to rule the world. Matthew 24 and 27. Matthew 24. might take me a little break though, y'all. I'll be back. You know, it ain't nighttime, so I ain't gonna go to sleep on y'all. Get up and stretch my little legs. Tired of talking anyway. (24:27). For just as lightning comes from the east and flashes. Well, I'm sorry, YouTube. Somebody want me to read Matthew chapter 24, verse 27. It say, for just as lightning comes from the east and flashes even to the west, so will the coming of the Son of Man be. So the Son of Man was brought up out of nowhere. It will come out of nowhere. It will flash before your eyes. You don't know when lightning is coming. You don't know what lightning coming from. You don't know what angle it's coming from. You don't know what direction it's coming from. The only thing that you can recognize is the light when it flashes. So the only thing you're going to be able to recognize when it comes to the Son of Man is the light that he's bringing, just as lightning. So that's what it means by the Son of Man going to come as just as you say, for just as lightning comes from the east and flashes to the west, so will the coming of the Son of Man. That's what that represents. So the Son of Man is coming like lightning. It's coming out of nowhere. That's why I say God's creation was what? The Big Bang Theory. Boom. I'm here. Can you see me? The Son of Man is here. Can you see him? Bless those with the eyes to see. Because everybody don't witness lightning. Because if you're not there to see it, you're going to miss it. It's gone. So you know how somebody could be like, man, you should have heard the Son of Man. But if they ain't hear it, they ain't catch the light, they're going to be like, just another nigga. Man, nobody. Tattoo, we smoking weed. That's what you going to say. But if you was there to catch the light flash, then you might be able to recognize. So bless those with the eyes to see.
So we got any more questions, y'all? Any more questions? I see I got some teachers up here, huh? Y'all in class today, teachers? I got Shiva who call himself Jesus. You in class today? I got seed planter.
Not them.
What seed planter is?
Oh, seed planter?
Yeah.
What you mean? Like, is he a teacher?
Yeah, he a teacher.
Yeah, he claims he teaches it. I mean, but he also claims he don't teach it. So I think he just confused.
Okay.
You got Mr. AKA Jehovah Comforter, AKA.
I got the comforter in here.
He was in there.
Not the
Class must be nice today, huh? I got some heavy hitters in here.
The comforter.
I got some so-called heavy hitters in class, man. I don't know y'all come to class. So what y'all gonna do after this class? Go teach the class again?
Y'all go whole class after you leave this class? Damn. That's why we can't come together. Y'all, everybody want to be, I really never wanted to be a teacher. All these books I got, I never got to become a teacher. I wanted to know. But once I found out all my brothers just wanted to teach, I'm like, damn. Hey, God, choose me. I do it. I got him. I'm going to get him in line for him. Yep, I'm going to do it. So as it was told, they was going to harden their face like flint to the truth.
Damn, like Flint?
What?
Damn, I told y'all was like, iron neck people.
But the truth was going to prevail. There was no stopping the truth. There was no stopping it. No matter how much they tried, No matter how much stones they threw. No matter how many swords they put in the back. It's not going to stop the truth from rising. It's not. Just remember, Jesus ain't go to no classes. He ain't said in none of them. He was turning over their tables. So I turn over tables. And I don't do that to say my shit don't stink. I do that because it's God's will. I've been sent to the hearts of men. So they worshiping God with their mouth, but their heart is far from God. You know it by their actions. Far from God. Because God ain't really about talking. It's about walking. And if you ask most of these brothers that's talking, let's start walking, they'll tell you they got other business to handle. That's why they ain't got a direct connection to God. Because if you put any business before God, then you ain't connected. But that's what they don't want to hear. So we got any questions, y'all? Any questions? Any questions? That's right, Mama. We put all 10 down, we stand. Put our soul, put the soles of our feet all the way in. In the mud.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all, I'm just gonna take me a little break. I don't know which one of my brothers desire to come up here, but y'all welcome them. Ask questions, come up, don't be shy.
I'm gonna explain Thessalonians 1:4-7, and then I'm gonna take me a break. We in 1 Thessalonians 4:17. It says, second or first? He said first.
Yeah, first 4:17.
It say 1 Thessalonians 4:17. It say, then who are alive and remain will be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air. So we shall always be with the Lord. Therefore, comfort one another with these words.
So we know how we say, man, you high up now. You know how we say that right now? We say you high up. But they on level ground with you. So when the Bible says somebody is in the air, that means they're on a higher understanding. They're not literally in the air. You know I always say, man, he high up now.
What say? God said high, look low.
Yeah.
But then when you giving them understanding from above the mind, they say you still looking. They say you are looking low. They like you shit don't think.
Yeah. So that's what that means, and only those who come up to the higher information is going to see the Lord. And the clouds represent the witnesses. The clouds don't represent the clouds in the sky. The clouds represent the witnesses, as in Hebrews chapter 12, verse 1 tells us. I'm from Louisiana, dirty South, United States of America. Well, I guess that answers y'all questions. LOL, of course. I'm taking in the bloodline, baby.
Appreciate y'all coming to the table and eating. We'll spread the message, man. It'll do all people good. So I'm gonna take me a little break, y'all. Like I say, I know one of my brothers gonna kick it with y'all for a little while. I ain't going nowhere. I just need to stretch my legs.
So first, the Thessalonians 4:17 about
About the app. About you being called up to meet Christ in the app.
okay. This the same as the rapture.
Yeah.
Caught up.
Yeah,
Okay.
caught up, yeah.
Okay.
Caught up in the truth. Because you know the truth is that's the highways.
All right.
That's why we think the highways is the street, but the highways is the highways.
Yeah, I know.
Higher ways.
I was telling you about that.
Good.
Now, will and around that area, and also what would it be talking about also to the prince of the air? Would it be discussing the prince of the air, or that's somewhere else?
Well, that's the same thing because those are the people that's on their high horse. That's why I say it. So
Okay.
the prince of the air right now, the people of the high information is really those that finna be brought low.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, the prince of the air, the prince of the high.
All communications.
Yeah.
But the communication gonna start in the highway first, and then to the byways and to the streets. And, yeah, okay. Because it's coming down. Because the water, because for it to flood the earth, it had to rain. But it was just like it's raining, just like we spitting fire and it's raining.
Well, actually in the scripture they got the rain as the purified waters.
Okay.
And we've been flooded with the waters that's on earth.
Now
Not with the rainwater.
Now the water that's flooded the earth, like say, which is the religions, right?
Yeah, the information.
Information, stuff like that. And that was already rained down, because that's how the flood, it rained. So, but it rained down from the forefathers, not, but it's talking about speaking of lies, huh?
That's why I said it's just the water down information that will come from the bodies of water, and not the heavenly water that would be the rainwater. The rainwater would be the heavenly water. The bodies of water would be the people who bring the water down information. And the rainwater just be the water from above. That's why I say the two witnesses got the power to withhold rain. That would be the purified water. Instead of the water with God.
They even got a song that say,
rain down on me.
yeah, then another song say, won't be water, but fire next time.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna rain.
Wow.
Yeah.
You can go ahead and catch it.
Stretch my back. Nation building, y'all. You know what time it is. It's gonna happen.
Listen, is it on Facebook? No, that's YouTube.
Cool. Let's hit it. All right. Y'all know what time it is. We doing this in real time, right? Every day. We're gonna keep on hitting with the information they need, y'all. Right? What we doing every day. Getting closer every day. Every day. It's gonna happen. Oh, it's happening, right? So we gotta understand the timeline in which all this madness started happening to all us folks, right? They gave you a story. You believed it. You went for the head fake, y'all. We all did, right? We were all born into sin, meaning lies. You gotta understand. So we're gonna start right here. The Siege of Magdala, 1868. King Tetros II sat on King David's throne. 1868, he was Christ. They bowed to him and all, y'all. So what happened to King Theodore and the great people that made all these holy scrolls? Well, a lot of the priesthood got executed. Yeah. They came, killed King Tetros, killed most of his family members, took his son, his wife. Yeah, took it. Yep, they mobbed like that. Took the holy biblical scrolls, the wealth, and then tried to bury the history, y'all. 1868. Now, I know this only happened 153 years ago. We understand. We understand. You know, 153 years ago. That's not a whole bunch of time. But this is the story, y'all, of King Tetros II in the Solomonic dynasty, the oldest dynasty in the world, where all forms of governments and religions came from. So why haven't we been told this history? Why haven't we been told about these people? That's been so important to all the fundamental principles and studies of all over the world. Why? Of all these things, they tried to bury, right? They tried to separate you from the truth. So when they killed King Tetros and took the holy biblical scrolls, they said, hey, we're going to divide these scrolls up into books, John, Sue. We're going to make them into religions. And we're going to give it to the people. Now, why did they do this? Because you would have these things in your hand because you love to read, because you feel like you're smart and intelligent. You wanted to pick it up. Now it was talking about what? In your mind, God. You thought it was a history book, and it was not. See, all these things were known when it was given to you. So these books were only for the priesthood of Christ. It was never meant for all of us to read. But, as the story goes, they gave it to us. Now, everyone thinks they know what the Bible is saying. The book don't talk. It doesn't have lips. So when you read these things, you're going to get your own vain imaginations, your own vain thoughts. You go into your own world. So these things, we tell you to just put it down. Don't got to read from it. And definitely don't got to teach from it. Now, if you read it, please don't teach it. But you know what Daniel said in 12 verse 4, right? You was going to gain great knowledge in these things. And that knowledge made you real confident about what you think you knew. So what you do? You started talking to it with a friend. You start going into Bible studies. Now you talking more of teaching it. You poison someone else's mind, their mind is poisoned, then they go, you see how it goes down the line? With no one having no understanding. Scripture do read to you that don't lean on your own understanding. Right? So you do it anyway. Because you believe this book talked to you. You believe this book has God in it. It will tell you everything that you need to know when you're about to create. And that is so far from the truth. So we tell you about these timelines, right? We even give you supported scripture to even validate these things. You've never known this, so why wouldn't you go read it? You read everything else. You claim you know everything else. So this is something new. You like new things, don't you? You say, and you claim you say, you like to learn. So let us give you some new knowledge. Right? Something that you've never known before. I mean, why not? Right? Right. Right? Man, how the hell do I open up the panel? What's good, my brother? What's good, Clint? There's been a lot of brothers that come through here. Now I get it. I really get it. Like, I try to give y'all the message, right? Y'all keep on coming back here claiming that you don't really believe him. I don't understand why you just keep on coming back if you really don't believe. That just don't make no sense. Now, I understand if that was your job. Like if you was out. Or maybe something weird and off the wall. Maybe some like TikTok stalker or something. We say we don't try to convince nobody. But if you must keep on coming back, you're more than welcome. I still not gonna understand. So, if anyone want to come up and have any questions at this time, you're more than welcome. Yeah, I should. Man, your mic is crazy, brother. You know that? Hold on, y'all. Glenn, your mic is not right, brother. Glenn, your mic ain't right, Glenn. David, clear. Okay, y'all. Let me turn on it. Like 61. Yeah. Let's get it. Peace, peace, peace. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. Look, very important time, right? I know all that you knew. I felt that. Same as if you coming into this truth, right? And all that you knew, all this time, you looked at it and said, damn, I don't know nothing. You mean all my studies? Me going to school, me traveling. I knew I always got pieces of it and not the complete. But that's still not knowing nothing. So I felt a lot like y'all coming into it. Like you had to let it all go. Like all of it was garbage. And it brought you low. Like it did me. Like I don't know nothing. Like nothing. Like nothing. Nothing like nothing. Then in that one moment, not really knowing nothing, you was free. Holy crap. I was free from the lie. So yeah, it's going to bring you low. It's going to bring you down. And then it's going to build you up stronger than you ever once before. Now, that's how the truth sets you free. Now, we say, when you come, a lot of you is going to have your cup full. And this cup, you've been drinking your whole life, empty it out. You don't got to drink it no more. You don't get no more. Not a sip, not nothing. Because Christ is here. He's going to fill your cup. You're going to want no more. You're going to thirst no more. You're going to hunger no more. Isn't that what you've been waiting for? I mean, I know you've been reading it, right? I mean, you've been waiting, right? So Christ is here, y'all. We've been telling, and we're going to keep on telling. A lot of y'all beyond stiff now. But definitely stiff. A lot of y'all are goats and definitely donkeys. Damn. But once again, you still got a slither of chance. You do. You just got to understand the time we in right now. It's not going to be another time, y'all. Nope. That sky thing you believed in, it's not going to happen. I mean, I don't want to see you out in the wilderness, still looking into the sky. I mean, that would be a sad sight. Yeah? While everybody else moved on. We living good lives, and you still out there looking into the sky like you a tree. We don't want that for you. So you're going to have a small window, a sliver, right? To empty out that cup real quick. Okay? Then understand. It's okay. The book was supposed to make you scared. We get it. You was told of Christ, right? The one that was going to make war, the law. the Messiah, the one that was going to save you. So you thought you was just going to get judged. Well, once again, teachers and preachers, I don't know what to say about y'all, but you're correct. We here for you, making war on you. Now the regular people, the sheep, you good. Now you can get aboard and help lift your king up. That's what you've been waiting for. I mean, you did pray and told him you was gonna do these things, right? I know I did. So now he here. Now we just need to what? Get in order, y'all. Because everything out of order. It's whack. Right? It's whack. We can all look. We all can agree, regardless of where you come from. We can all look at it and say, ooh, this stuff is messed up. I mean, if you fighting against that, well, I don't know. You have different thoughts about it. You think this is all, like you tipping through the tulips or something. I don't know about y'all, but reality for us, brothers and sisters, is not like that. So we need to get in order, y'all. The head is here. The leader is here. Damn. Remember, you told yourself you tired of all the chiefs. I know I said it plenty of times. Shit. All y'all Negroes wanted to say something. I can't follow all y'all Negroes. Okay? Shit. And all y'all leading us all down the same messed up ways. Just different, okay, it's like a carnival. You can get on different rides, but once again, right? Once again, y'all, don't do that. One truth, one light, one way. Get in the order. That's why we're here. We're going to be here every day. And we're going to keep on giving you this every day. But every day ain't like every day, y'all, like until forever. Now, this is going to stop. And you going to really know he's here. Just think about it. I would hate to be wrong. I know that's what y'all said to us. But I'm going to use y'all same words on y'all. Man, I would hate to be wrong. We don't worry about this like that. But for you, yeah, I would try to get with the winning team. Start coming together with your people. Start figuring out these things together. Solutions. Stop talking. Right? As soon as he get lifted, y'all, we gonna flip this upside down in a good way. He told you he's flipping tables. Right? Come on, y'all. Let's get it. Never seen that like this out. Just the version y'all got was just unbelievable. It's not really that cool. Nope. So come on, y'all. You know he's here. The real one. The one that was going to come in the flesh. Yo, man, my man. Right? I made me an M on the spot. I took 25 hoes in Malibu on my yacht. I got 25 M's in the bank, no cap, no lies. Why let this man come out of the dealer? Look at your boy, not your average nigga. Hey. I'm pitching, I bullet them truck in the miss. I don't even fuck with this bitch ass nigga. I base name with a gang. Left hand shot from the top like Hugo. Left hand shot from the top like fish. Hold that chop on my shoulder like a Fendi belt. Brothers and sisters up in here, we know. This little bitch your questions, though.
It's a phone number, what you see, and then that digit scale. Take a shake, that's the bait. Finesse them, then we out of there. Yeah, the stake, we created all kind of clientele. You know we great, you can't debate. New generation, we all crazy. I bought me a drop. I'm switching out hoes and thighs. I Ricky the watch, I made me an M on the spot. I took 25 hoes.
It's kind of quiet out there, boy. I'm looking for y'all. I used to come up here all the time. Now, hey, that's a good sign, though, huh? Yeah. Told you what's happening, y'all. Undefeated.
All of my niggas will send you the box. I got the stick. I told you that we gon' make it like the lot. I told you to kick it with the ops. We never went missing. We just were chillin', watching niggas off.
Undefeated, y'all.
I know that I'm great, give me my props. I bought me a drop. I'm switching out hoes.
I want that song after it. Yeah.
I made me an M on the spot. I took 25 hoes in Malibu on my yacht. I got 25 L's in the bank, no cap, no lie.
Yeah. Right? What up, Sister Shamika?
She said that the money really don't mean shit to her. She don't want a nigga who wants to real shit to her. She done had bitch niggas, she done had bitch niggas. I done put niggas.
Yeah. Greetings. New people that's coming in. We nation building, y'all. We coming together. Right? The man is on the earth. God do you. Now look, y'all. You gotta understand. This is a real special time for us right now. Right? Christ on the earth. Right here with us. The one you thought that was gonna come from the sky? Nope. Retail, that's a Hollywood version, y'all. I mean, that's a comic book. I mean, they gave you a whole bunch of movies. You love movies too, don't you? So you believe that stuff. Like, you believe it. They gave you the movies, they gave you the passion. Then they gave you all these books. Like, if you thought you wasn't in one and you got tired of one, they even gave you options. Like, they knew you was going to do these things. Like, I got tired. No, I think it's better. I'm going to go here. Oh, you know what? I'm tired of you. I'm going to choose this book now. Right? You know what, Pastor? You ain't going to buy. You ain't buying it. I'm going to go there. How many of us been around the merry-go-round? Didn't you think these things was built for you to go around the merry-go-round? I mean, this is our amusement park, y'all. Literally, the amusement park right in front of you. You don't know. You choosing all these things and getting on all these rides because you ain't convinced. Because you know none of it is the truth. You try to
everybody's eyes not gonna see it.
Dance. You doing all this up in the church. Yeah, I don't know what y'all be doing. It looked like y'all having fun, I guess. I at least agree to that. Didn't get you no closer. Got y'all better dances though. Didn't get you no closer. You know, a lot of us did it, y'all. We all did the same thing. Because we all wanted to read the book. We all really wanted to know the book to the God. We get it. But you have to understand these things, this book, these scriptures, it's never been for you to read. So if you were never meant to read these things, they gave it to you.
They can hear you? They can hear you?
Can y'all hear me? Or is it too loud, y'all? Yep. So who told you that? Who gave it to you? Said that you had to read it. Damn, that's diabolical.
Keep the faith.
I mean, they gave it to you and said you read it. I mean, they even had to tell you. They said, here. And you look at it and say, you know, they, of course they gave you the basic stuff to read. Who you taught you how to read?
And most times the father been right.
The same one who give you the book. If you ask me, it's diabolical. So you wasn't supposed to read it, but they gave it to you. You did. Now you are all knowing. Now you have the Spirit within you. You even call yourself Jesus. I even go past that. You say you got it. Rich shit, bliss got a house. I trap every day like a bitch. For a million. Yeah, there's so many things in there that tell you not to do these things. And you do them anyway because you lack the understanding. Yeah, you contradict yourself all the time. It sounds crazy when you come up here and talk. It's like, it's really double talk. You ever know what double talk is? When somebody say one thing, like they mean one thing and then say another and mean that same thing at the same time? Yeah, sounds confusing, bro. That's double talk.
Appears to me as bright and germ golden energy.
And you don't even know you're doing it.
Associated with the higher heavenly energy.
A lot of y'all don't know.
Well above the head.
Unconsciously not knowing you double talking. And you do it.
And where was it coming from?
So we tell you chill.
No, when I took the picture, I took it like this.
Wait.
So it went. I
This
was
thing
trying
here?
to take it.
Put it down.
I took it.
Put it down. Step away. Give yourself some distance. Yeah. Like put it in a different room.
But it's like
Lock it up in a corner somewhere. Something.
Here,
Okay? Because you are too fixated on this thing.
It wasn't in the picture while I was.
Now nobody can tell you and reason with you with nothing.
As soon as I took the picture.
This is why they gave you the story. If you believe the story already happened, then when it happened, when it was happening, when it did happen, you wouldn't see it at all.
I put real music on, man. Real music on. Don't promote them rivalries.
Oh, here we go, sir. You know how Pandora is. I don't.
You put on some Bob Marley or something. That's the only way you probably Pandora and shit. They gonna put Yo Gotti, Rick Ross, and all of them.
I choose one. Well, let me go here.
If you gonna do rap,
Yes, sir.
it'll be hard or something.
And then the thing about it is,
Yeah.
All right.
so that you know, like my dream.
So you understand? They gave you a story,
Before I said, man, what?
right? And told you it already happened. So when it did happen,
It's like the picture they have of Christ.
you wouldn't see it
And the
happen.
aura around him. They got a picture of Christ, and they got the whole
It's not even
like the rays of the
hypothetical.
sun.
I mean, they'll be like, man, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah. Got one around his head, then they got one outline.
They told you of a story, and we telling you that story isn't real. We even got facts to tell you that.
It's
I
a
mean,
Renaissance picture.
where's the genealogy? Where's the historical data? I mean, all this stuff we say every day. Where?
No, it's like the rays.
Yeah, all around his.
They all, yeah. All around.
So this is what we saying, you know? Where? So you believed in it. Now it's happening now. You don't believe in it. This is exactly what's happening.
Like what I'm seeing. I'm seeing things others not seeing. Yes.
Everybody gonna see it from their own perspective. That's what fit them. You see what I'm saying? People gonna see certain levels of things and to make them do the work.
What they can handle.
Yeah. From their level of perception and how or what God needs them for. You know what I'm saying? You know, so
It goes with their talent, it goes with their job, it goes with their duty, it goes with their purpose. It goes in their lane, all they go with their lane. So I guess that means when you're in your lane, you stay in your lane, everything
Hello,
works
Dr. Soul. Greetings.
That's shocking. It's shocking to
Greetings.
not purposely do certain things.
Oh yeah, y'all.
You see,
Christ is on earth, walking with you in your time, right now.
because it right now, I ain't gonna
Right now. And it is not crazy, y'all. Not at all.
but everything is
Far
happening.
from it.
have no gap.
You actually look at your,
So it's really
you know these things would be happening right now. Actually, you would tell yourself in the mirror, like I did, like, Lord, when are you
Like
coming?
encouragement.
This is getting too crazy. I mean, I think you need to appear real quick. Because we messing stuff up. And guess what? I wasn't the only one that was praying it, y'all. All y'all was saying the same thing I was. Guess what? He came in the flesh, y'all. He really showed up. Now you gonna deny with your own understanding? I mean,
They'll pull you closer and closer.
on your own understanding.
And you can feel it, but you'll be afraid to go to it.
Yeah.
Because you got the world for you too.
No, brother. That's the problem. No one has really complete control. Hell no. If that was the case, it wouldn't look nothing like what it looked like now. It wouldn't be what it would be right now. I know you scared, bro. I told you, I talked to you already. Brother, you live in this man's city. You know what he claimed. All right, bro.
Whatever you do, son.
Okay. Hey. We still love you, bro. No, we still gonna be here. We still gonna tell you the same stuff every day.
That's why we connected to the earth.
And when it happens, what you gonna do with your information then? That's all I'm saying.
You say the earth what?
Like, we connected to the earth.
I mean,
Correct.
So whatever.
you've been here a lot too. So when he's lifted, right? What you gonna do with your information and all your knowing then?
Affects the earth.
You gonna be still stiff-necked? You still gonna be a mule? You still gonna be a goat? You still gonna be... Damn, I can go down the line of what you can be. But I don't think you should. Come on, me and you. Let's talk right now.
Ain't
Me,
nobody came up?
you and me.
Ain't nobody came up?
No. Oh, Clinton wanna come up. Oh, Clinton is wanna come up.
Clinton, no. You need to get a new person. Clinton already know the business.
Yeah, Clinton already know, huh? Your mic is really, really bad, Clint. Yeah, it's like going that in and out. You all right, Clint?
As an image of a golden wing.
Clint, what happened to your eye?
That's that nigga. You put a title. But it says something.
Yeah, good. Yeah. They telling you right. Here's your Christ, my Christ, right now. Not in the sky, not later, not right now. Man, what you mean we see you, bro? We don't see you. You in the same city, we don't see you, brother. I'm out here a lot. I'm not even from this city. Okay? I mean, Negroes from your city see me a lot. I don't see you nowhere. Not at all. This is what I'm talking about, brother. What you, I mean,
Like I see this on TV.
come on now. Stop front for the people. Told you I ain't even from the city. I can't be in the city. You in the city? I can't even appear. What you mean you can't even appear? Damn, maybe we not want you to come around if you can't appear. Somebody looking for you.
This is y'all for the YouTube.
Somebody looking for you, man. So